There's the key, the answer to everything in life. Guide it towards good things. Force it to think about the good stuff. And if you are not friends with that voice between your ears, life is going to be hard for you. Trust me. And it never stops. That voice never leaves. It goes with you everywhere you go. This episode is brought to you by the Arts Council for Monterey County. What makes life feel real? It's expressing yourself, finding your people, and using art to heal, grow, and be heard. The Arts Council for Monterey County, Arts4MC, believes the arts benefit everyone. They bring art into schools, community centers, and public spaces, and support students with scholarships, workshops, and programs like Poetry Out Loud and Youth Poet Laureate. Whether you're an artist or just looking to be inspired, your journey starts here. Learn more at arts4mc.org. That's arts, the number 4, mc.org. And remember, they're also proud sponsors of this podcast. So thank you to the Arts Council for Monterey County. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Offline Xpression. I'm your host, Jeff Hinderscheid, and we're back. Today, I am riding solo to talk to you a little bit about what is going on with many different things, particularly with the state of our amazing platform, our incredible production team, the upcoming publishing of my book, and the work I am fortunate enough to get to do right here in my hometown in South Monterey County. I feel so blessed to be here and talk to you guys about this stuff, because ultimately what it comes down to is there are so many ways that we can help people in this world, and there are so many people who need our help. We need to be a part of the solution when there are so many problems. And it's so easy to lose sight of that in this crazy world that we live in. And I don't throw the word crazy around nonchalant, like in a way to minimize mental health issues, because that's something that, we shouldn't do, obviously. But in common nomenclature, everybody understands that when I say things are crazy, we know that the holidays are absolutely chaotic. They're filled with lots of different scheduling things. They're filled with ending school semesters and the break that comes with that. Most people still have to work and therefore have to figure out childcare. There's financial constraints that are really hard to navigate because of whatever holidays you might celebrate oftentimes require gifts or travel or specific decorations for parties and these kinds of things. And we all want to be our best selves, be happy, be excited, enjoy real connection and family and friend time, and then somehow, some way, turn around and make some new promises to ourselves about a new year that's coming up, right around the time we all have to submit everything in the world for tax season. It is a very stressful time of year. Make no mistake about it. Those of us that are, working in this field and kind of in the know about all that still struggle with it. I know that I've hinted at this in the past, so I'm just going to be brutally honest and transparent and full disclosure here, because I have a book coming out that is all about this and might as well get out in front of it. But the reality is this: I have my own struggles with mental health issues. I have a lot of addiction problems, and not in the traditional sense where drugs are involved necessarily, but an addictive personality can be addicted to a lot of different things. And one of the things that we know about scientifically when it comes to our neurology is that dopamine is the neurotransmitter for pleasure and reward. And oftentimes we get stuck in a place where we really seek the thrill of having that neurotransmitter firing. Well, that's what things do that make you addicted to them, right? People who are addicted to gambling, there's this sense of, I could win this time. This one could be the one. And it's exciting, but there's this, random reward loop that comes with not really knowing you could win on this one, but maybe not the next one. Personal interaction has always been mine, right? For years, just really struggling to constantly make sure everybody liked me no matter what. And when you are addicted to something that feels good, you go seek it out. You may not know the reason why you're doing that when you're going through it, and you may never learn it. I was fortunate. I was able to figure it out and learn it, and still to this day struggle with it because it's a pull. It's a human instinct. It's something that drives us sometimes, and we want it to the point of needing it. And when you have other issues that cause impulsivity or this need to have immediate gratification without using the executive functioning of planning, you can get yourself into hot water pretty quick. So, this holiday season, here's the public service announcement. Remember to slow down. If you're like me, you have been working a lot and you say, oh, I'll get to that on break. When it's all going to end soon and I'll have a break. And then by the time you get to that break, it's completely filled and scheduled and riddled with all the things you said you were going to do, but you couldn't get to then. And now you're just as busy as you were. And all of a sudden, you've got this major bar you've set for yourself that sometimes can't be met. And when you can't meet your own expectations and you can't reach those goals, it's easy to get down on yourself. It's easy to have imposter syndrome. It's easy to suddenly feel like you can't do things and you're insecure while you're all trying to keep that smile on your face and get through the holidays, the things that I listed at the beginning of this rant. And it's a hard thing to do. So you got to slow down. You got to take it one piece at a time. And then you got to give yourself grace. You got to say, you know what? I did my best today. Tomorrow's a new day. You have to be practicing positive self-talk constantly. I talk to my students and I tell them to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Don't look at the mirror and look at your shirt or look at your hair. Look into your eyes. Boy, oh boy, it seems simple, but oftentimes that is a very difficult thing for people to do. It's the first homework I give any student. I want you to look into your own eyes in the mirror in the morning when you're getting ready for school or work or whatever it is, and I want you to tell that person, hey, today's going to be a good day. You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you and I love you. Oh my gosh, it's cringy to a point of impossibility. Most people cannot do that simple task. So I'm asking you to try. I'm asking you to look in that mirror, look at that person looking back at you. And even if it's a lie or it feels not true or weird, say it. Push through the exercise. Do it again at night before you go to bed. You're brushing your teeth, you're getting ready, and you say, hey, today was a good day. You did your best, and you're going to get some rest. And tomorrow we're going to take the world by storm, and we're going to do it again. Good job. I'm proud of you. Ugh. You'd be shocked how hard that is for most people. So I want you to give that a shot. If you do that every day throughout your Christmas and holiday break, I want you to tell me what it feels like, what happens, and tell me if your life changes. I mean, obviously, if you don't know me, you don't have to reach out and tell me, but I'd love to hear from you. But at least admit it to yourself. Did anything change? Because here's the power of your brain, my friends. Our brain is so strong and so powerful and so unique that you can literally trick it while knowing you're tricking it. So even if you don't believe what you're saying, you keep doing it just like any habit. you start to believe it. Your subconscious has one job: to make sure you are not a liar. We do it all the time, right? Oh my gosh, don't trip on the stairs when you walk up to the stage. Don't trip on the stairs when you walk up to the stage. Don't trip on the stairs. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I just tripped on the stairs walking up to the stage. I was telling myself not to do that. Your subconscious is like those absolute power signs in math. It does not know do not from do. When you're thinking about negative things, it doesn't know don't do those negative things. It just knows the negative things. It is so strong. It guides you towards what you think about. So there's the key, the answer to everything in life. Guide it towards good things. Force it to think about the good stuff. And if you are not friends with that voice between your ears, life is going to be hard for you. Trust me. And it never stops. That voice never leaves. It goes with you everywhere you go. You can put a phone down and disconnect, but that voice between your ears, behind those eyes, it is going with you. You have to convince it, if you don't already believe it, that you support it, that you love that voice. And all of a sudden, you start to defend that person. You start to like that person. You start to trust that person. You start to know that that person's trying really hard, doing their best, and they're going to make mistakes sometimes, but that's okay because you got their back. We have unconditional love for the people in our family. Why not for ourselves? You have to do it. Trust me, it starts with one little step. So, this holiday break, there's your homework. I hope that you try this. I would love to hear from you. You could reach out to me through our website, offlinexpression.com. Don't forget, there's no E. Even though this beautiful painting done by the amazing Elliot Riley has the E right here, this was for a cool art exhibit that he did. It was amazing. He's also a major part of why this podcast started. But Offline Xpression, starting with an X for expression.com. Go there, reach out, email us, go to our socials, send us a message. We want to hear how this goes for you. We want to know that you are listening, and we want to hear what you say. Now, if you tell me, I did this every day, Jeff, I tried every day and it never worked, it didn't do anything, in fact, I feel stupid or whatever it might be, tell me that too. Let's talk about that. But I'm telling you, if you do this for 30 days straight, life is going to change for you. I'm almost positive. In fact, I could probably guarantee it. I probably shouldn't, but trust me. It's those little things that change. And as my kids will tell you, I've said all their lives, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. What's up, all you expressionists out there? Do you need reliable IT support and more for your business? SPJR Computer Consulting delivers comprehensive solutions tailored to small and medium-sized businesses. From seamless technical support to professional website design and effective online advertising, we keep your budget in mind. Don't miss out. Visit spjrsolutions.com today. That's spjrsolutions.com. Your business deserves the best. So that's the spiel on all that. That was a good rant. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the incredible people behind the scenes here at Offline Xpression. I've been working with an amazing group called Podmaker. They are out of Argentina and have been incredible. Gaston and Jaco and everybody who works over there have been amazing. I know that, we oftentimes have this, I don't know how to say it, this mentality that, America, we're losing jobs and sending them overseas and la, 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 la. And then we have no problem doing what is best for us and what we need to do in the moment to be as successful as possible. So I heard from Faco and Gaston and their team and everybody, and initially I was like skeptical, but I knew I needed help because I do all of the podcasting stuff by myself. The recording, the editing, the sound stuff, the equipment, the video, like all of it was becoming very overwhelming, and it takes hours and hours of time. And I was at this point where I'm like, I'm not making anything off of it. There's no money involved. trying really hard to get sponsorships and ads and people aware of it so we can grow, build an audience. And that takes a lot of effort and time, and it's really, really hard to do. So I wanted to start getting video out there in addition to the audio so that YouTube could sort of start to grow and see what it is that we do. And so when I heard from them, I was like, okay, well, let me do the interview and just talk to them and see what they have to offer. And they told me about how they can rebrand and restructure and do the video and the recording and everything like that. And it's not cheap. It's not cheap. They are worth every single penny because they are way more competitive in their cost than the groups that I've looked at that are nearby. And that's just the reality of it. Now, I had to see some proof, right? Some proof of life, some evidence here to know that things were going to be good and all that jazz. And they showed me all kinds of stuff, and I was able to get them linked up with my drive and all my audio and all my video files. And I said, look, I'm behind. I need your help. And I don't know how else to do it. So I was just honest and humble about it. And within the first week, they had 2 of them done. And I watched these things and I almost teared up. I was like so blown away by the beauty of it and what they were able to do, because that is their job, right? And they're good at it. So if anybody out there is looking for a group, a production team, behind the scenes to help with the marketing, to take over the social media presence, to put out clips, to put out reels, to put out posts, to get advertising updated and beautiful, to update your website, to do all of it in the branding of your podcast, look up Podmaker and or reach out to me and I'd be happy to connect you. They're incredible, and I look forward to doing a lot more work with them. So I just want to give a shout out to those guys over there. They're amazing. So thank you guys. The other part that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the book. So originally it was called Be Both. I did an interview with Eric Koester, who is the creator of manuscripts, and he creates writers and helps authors become authors when they have great ideas and stuff that they've wanted to write. And the process has been grueling but incredible. The cohort's amazing. The people I'm writing with, having an editor, a developmental editor at first, and then going in and working with a marketing specialist through it, and now a revisions editor as we get ready for launch is, wow. It is such a well-oiled machine. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of hard work, but it is so worth it in the end, because then you have this finished product that you wrote. And telling my story through that has been scary. It's been eye-opening, but it's also been it's been relieving, I guess you can say. I'm talking about some stuff and getting some stuff out there that I've never really talked about before, or I've only really talked to close friends about and close family. So the memoirish side of stuff is really fun and beautiful, in my opinion. I'm talking about myself like that, but you know what I mean. But what I really did is I linked it to all the stuff that this podcast is about, what we are seeing. Like, I don't think people truly, really understand that my generation, the millennial generation, the microcosm, the little micro generation, Zillennials, 78-ish through 83-ish, were the last generation in human history on the globe. Human history, millennia, okay? To have a childhood that did not have screens in front of your face all the time. Like that. Think about the world right now. Yes, there's amazing technological advances that we are fortunate to have. This right here, the podcast, right? There's so many good things about it, but a TV, a tablet, an iPad, a cell phone in front of the eyes of children as early as 2 months old, constantly for their entire lives. I mean, let that really sink in. we know it's not good for us. Now there's like an average of 7 hours per day that a child, a young person, is in front of a screen, a television, a tablet, a phone, or I mean, that is bananas, you guys. Bananas. Now we're seeing what social media is doing to teenagers when they have unlimited internet access to everything in the world, because parents will just add a line, hand them a phone, and say it's for safety. Say, oh yeah, no, I need them to be able to get a hold of me. No, 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 no. You could still get flip phones. You could also lock those phones, by the way. They could be locked all day, and with their only ability, like a do not disturb mode, the only ability to contact anyone via text or phone number is the numbers that you put in. So they can always be able to get a hold of grandma, grandpa, you, mom, dad, brother, sister, whoever you need them to get a hold of, no matter what, even when the phone is locked, from being able to surf the web, go online, use social media every second of every day. But people don't do that. They just don't. And also, when you're addicted to something and you're a teenager, guess what? You could be the greatest kid in the world, and you are going to start developing deceitful habits where you try to find ways to get away with stuff. As a social worker, when I worked with families and kids who were not supposed to have phone and definitely weren't supposed to have social media access because of the case that they were in and all the stuff, they would go to school, they would borrow someone's phone, they would ask to log into their own, and they would create an account, and they would log in and do all the stuff during the school day with their friends' devices, and then turn around and say, oh, yeah, I don't have one. I don't even have a phone. They start to lie about it. And I'm not saying all kids do this. I'm just saying that when something takes hold in your brain and it's so socially important at that age to be in the loop, you're going to strive to do everything you can to be in the loop. There's hundreds of stories about kids that do this. It's common. Okay. My point is, the book is all about what's really happening, and it's all about the reality. Instead of youth being our enemy, where we're going to say, they just want to sit in their room, they just want to da-da-da-da-da-da, we need to be their friend. We need to take the drugs away from them, have an intervention, make sure that they cannot get sucked into that world that is damaging and rewiring their brains and removing their ability to have social interaction and the growth and learning that they need. And it's all about how my generation and my childhood upbringing, I barely made it out, you guys. I had so many issues that I was dealing with and things I was doing that were deceitful, and the drinking and the stuff like that, and the girls and all the stuff I was doing, thinking it was awesome because I needed that dopamine kick. And that was before unlimited access to everything in the world. I had Napster, and we had AOL Instant Messenger when I was in college. And oh my gosh, it was like a whole world exploded. All of a sudden, I can reach out to anyone that I knew whenever I wanted. And that was bad for me. And there was only one way to do it. And now there's unlimited ways to do it. There's WhatsApp, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat, there's all these different platforms that people can be connected to. Roblox for kids, terrible stuff. My son has Roblox, and he has an hour limit a day, and then it just shuts off. He was mad at first, and now he just, okay. And I know every single person he's talking to in there. I look at it, I'm in there. He's talking to some friends from school, and even when you think they're not, or they are friends, you gotta look. You gotta find out. Go look up Roblox and public safety issues, and watch your mind explode based on what you see. You gotta be involved. This book is all about my story mixed with the story of what's happening today and everything that goes in between it. And I want you to read it and find your place in it. Where do you see yourself? What are some of the things that you can do? I lay out my 3-step system, the ACT method. The ACT method is designed to be simple, effective, and free. You can do it anytime, right now. You have to honestly assess your situation. You have to create a good plan, and then you must take action. And I lay out the exact way to do that. And we're going to fail, and you got to retry. Fail and retry. Give yourself grace, forgive yourself, move on. This book is all about the ways to do that and the ways to get back into your own life, looking up from the screens, taking advantage of all the beautiful things around you, and taking the technology and creating balance. You got to have balance in life. You have to create a system of habits that is protectant, that helps you, and that gives you the ability to help others, and that gives you the things you need in life. The joy. It reduces anxiety, the things that reduce depression and depressive symptoms. You got to reduce that stuff, not increase it. When we know there are things that are increasing it, you got to take that phone away from that teenager. They're going to be mad. Let them be mad. They're going to be upset with you. So what? If your child, Melanie Hempy said this in our interview, it was brilliant. If you haven't seen this episode or heard it, she said, if your child was addicted to peanuts, I guarantee you would remove peanuts from their diet so they didn't get hurt. Why are we allowing something that we know is hurting them to be in their hands all the time? And then we're afraid to regain the power and say, no, it's not good for you and I love you too much. You can't have it right now. You're going to come and do this instead. Piss and moan and be mad. That's what my parents did. And I love my parents. I have a very good relationship with them. But now there's this fear because when a child is addicted to something and you go to take it away, oh my gosh, it's like World War III. It's a constant implosion of social overwhelm. The intense emotions that come with the world is ending. But just give it time, give it a couple hours, give it a couple days, and watch everything change for the better. I'm telling you. Check out this book. It comes out in spring 2026. You can find out more about it at our website, offlinexpression.com. You'll see a little tent that says My Book. Please go take a look. Please reach out. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your comments. And I want to make sure that you are at my launch party coming up in, I think, March of 2026, right before the book comes out. And then hit me up. I want to sign one for you and get you a personal copy. I'll tell you all about how you can do that. In the meantime, thank you all for everything you do. I miss you, and I hope to talk to you soon. Happy holidays, and we'll talk soon.